Stu here with Raid Shadow Legends to go over Ursuga Warcaller, courtesy of Ben C. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate that. We're going to look at everything she can do and what kind of debuffs does she apply on that A2 AoE. She does damage based off of HP. She looks like Ursula from The Little Mermaid in armor, and her name's Ursuga Warcaller. We're going to see what she can do. From what I've gathered, she can do damage like Sir Nick. So when you have a support champion out there that can do the mass amount of damage based off of HP, I think she has the same multipliers. That's pretty sweet. So the A1 will block a skill at a 60% chance. The A2 here is on a 3-turn cooldown maxed out. We've got it maxed out. If you have higher attack, it'll do the decrease attack, decrease critical damage. If you have higher defense, it'll do decrease defense, decrease speed. And then of course we got the ally protect here with strengthen on herself where she takes 25% less damage. And it's really about this right here, right? 30% less damage, or she takes 30% damage on crits from her allies, but it's going to wind up killing her in arena. You're going to see this. She's going to take mass amount of damage from AoE in arena, and she can't take it all. She's going to suck it all up. It's going to hurt. And that's not even with the ally protect up, because with the ally protect up, she's taking 50% damage. We're just talking clean. So we don't have the best stats on her. We don't have a lot of crit rate on here. 75,000 HP, that's fine. We could definitely go for 100,000 HP and more defense on her, possibly, would help out. I went through all the stages just to see if any of the mobs here, any of the waves, would have higher defense than they do attack. And none of them did. Even the liches on a Fire Knight, which really have high defense, right? They take forever to kill. You would think would have higher defense than attack, and they don't. Nothing in this game that I fought would do a decreased defense. Except for arena, right? Except for when we go into arena. Because even here, though, but decreased attack has its advantage, right? So if you're coming into Ice Golem with the Draco, you need decreased attack. Otherwise, this boss is going to get mad and whack you. He might have a couple side minions up, or at least one. He's going to do a mass amount of damage, so we always bring in Stagnite or whatever else we can bring in. Here we have her. She's going to decrease the critical damage, decrease attack with that, help you support your guys, right? Do the ally protect here, support you to get through that run. And then right here, I thought for sure that at least on these liches that we'd have a decreased defense. Decreased attack on the rest and then decreased defense on the lich. But no, lo and behold, we're going to get... Is she in this one? Is she in this run? Oh, she's not even in this run. Okay, well, I recorded a lot of stuff. Sorry. She still did it. Still did it. Wow, that's a big mess up. I'm not going to go back and change that. She still did it. Just trust me on that. So we're here at the Spider 2. I just wanted to try. I wanted to try everything before we get into arena. Okay, we're into arena now. How does she function in arena for you? Now, keep in mind, we're talking about... I'm going to pause it for a minute. Keep in mind, we're talking about a champion who's going to do mass amount of damage once you build her that way. But then she's also going to protect your team, absorb the critical damage onto herself, and then lock out on the A1, and then put up a lot of good debuffs. Pretty cool, but in regards to somebody like Sir Nick, can kind of help your allies out and do the same thing. And then Krisk. Krisk is such a powerful legendary champion out there. Decreased defense, decreased attack on the passive. He does provokes, he does the ally protect just like she does, and he does mass amount of shield. So he's got a little different advantage going on there where she has the passive where she will soak in 30% of the critical damage done. So I just let it play through here so we could get hit. Okay, we took the decreased defense and we took a mass amount of damage. So I'm going to come in here with a tanky team. We've got Angar, Sir Nick, and we have our Mountain King. Let's look at how much damage she absorbs. And we've got a little bit of shields. We're going to get the decreased... Okay, we're going to take a lot. She lived through it. Cool. But we're just not fast enough. So she did actually live through that. But if you looked at the numbers, she absorbed quite a bit of damage. And then we're going to go back through here. We're going to end this and go on to the next one. I was just testing things out. I brought in Rotos because Rotos is going to take less damage. We do have shields up again. But boom, she took 11,000, 11,000, 11,000, and then 58,000 from the hit. So she's soaking it up. I was like, okay, let's bring in Sandlash Survivor. See what we can do with Sandlash Survivor. Sandlash will kick in with her passive and do ally protect on them. And then we'll be okay, right? She'll survive. Barely. But then speed issues, right? You can't mess around with a fast speed team with super slow. You just can't do it. But he had 2 arbiters, one with timely intervention. That way, whenever any ally gets under 20% HP, you will get a 20% increased turn meter. So I was like, okay, let's let her die, Ursuga die, or get really low. And then timely intervention will kick in with our arbiter. Even if she's at slow speed, make her go really quick, and then she can double boost. 20% to Arbiter, and then boost, boost, right? Because we're going to revive too, right? Here we go. Revive, boost again, turn meter again, double turn meter, but still they're pretty fast. You know how Lysandra is. Lysandra's crazy. We'll bring in our own Lysandra in a minute. But think about that. You've got a champion that can do mass amount of damage, but you know, Chris can do mass amount of damage if you build him that way with defense. Usually build him with higher HP so he has a real high HP shield depending on what you're using him for, or both. But with this one, you can go really high HP, really high critical damage, get that damage out there, and then kind of protect your team. It's like either or though, because if you want to go really, I mean, I would go HP glove, HP chest, HP boots with a lot of speed substats, all those with critical damage neg, accuracy banner. But that's the thing, if you really want those debuffs here in arena, in platinum arena, you're gonna have to have really high accuracy on here. So you're gonna have to kind of give up a lot of the other stuff. I kind of wish that A2 were guaranteed, could not be resisted. If those debuffs could not be resisted and we didn't have to worry about accuracy on her, still you would need it for the A1, but not the A2 there. That would be phenomenal. She would be so much better and much easier to gear out for arena. Way easier. Okay, so there you see they have high defense. I finally got a move off on her. We didn't get the decrease attack over here. We did hit the decrease critical damage, unfortunately, and we were able to keep them alive. Timely intervention, bring everybody back to life. We brought our own Lysandra here now. And we also had Sandlash Survivor in here to help us out. So you let me know, what do you think about her? Obviously, we don't have her decked out to the teeth. I haven't even watched any other videos on her. I don't know. I just played around with this one. It's not on my own account. Obviously, Ben C, again, thank you so much for letting us do this. I appreciate it. He also has a Chris. He also has Hegemons. He's got so many other champions that I don't think he's going to need to play her, really, unless you want to put her in a stall team, right? You put her in a stall team with Chris, put her in a stall team with Duchess, whatever else you want to throw in there. I'm sure there's going to be some clever ways to put her in a stall team. I did not try her out on the clan boss, even though on the clan boss, anything with ally protect like that is going to help your team out. And she can do decrease attack, put the decreased critical damage up. So she'll be fine there to help you out. But if you're already playing an unkillable team, you don't need her. If you're doing counterattack teams, you probably might not need her. It just depends on what you have. Situational, right? Good champion can do good damage. You just have to build her whichever way you want to build her. To do good damage, do you want to get her in here to survive and do debuffs? It's going to be a hard thing to do, I think, at in-game. Just to cover your allies, sure you can. But if you have a Krisk or whatever else, then you might not need to use her, or you could use them together. I really want to get her up to 100,000 HP, 100% to crit, and then some kind of decent critical damage and see what she can do. Because I have a feeling she's going to hit just like Serne. So different ways to build her, different ways to play her. Pretty interesting running her through here to see what she could do with all her debuffs. A good champion, a great champion, not something that I want to run out and grab right away. I'm not really too concerned with getting her. Can't you do well? Yeah, a lot of champions are amazing out there. I just don't need her. She's not going to help with any of my runs. She's not going to help with any of my strategies I do in arena. I don't really play at reset, so I don't really care about a stall team, even though I've got so many of those champions. Ben C, thank you so much for letting me play her. Everybody, let me know what you think about her down below on other videos that you've seen as well. Seen her played. Please tell me. I appreciate the time, the support. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys all on a video soon. Stu here with Raid Shadow Legends to go over Ursuga. Yeah. Warcaller, this huge ass barbarian.